So I'll start with the coding part now. For that, let me open a new file using Vim. So let me name the file as proc1.tickle. Now the file is not yet writable, so for that we simply have to press the INS key or the insert key present the keyboard. Now okay, let's start with the coding. Okay, the first line of any tickle file is that we have to point to the location where our tickle is installed in our system. That is this is the way we do it. It is hash exclamation user bin TCLSH. Okay, this is the command, like it is the first line of any tickle program. Okay, now I had shown you earlier the static timing analysis for a single timing library. Okay, now I will be doing the same thing, but here I'll be using the the different timing libraries which are provided by Skywater 130 PDK and Verilog files which was obtained from OpenLaneFlow. Now I will not be discussing about the OpenLaneFlow, okay, out here. So now for that yeah, and here what will I do? The first step which I am doing in my programming is that I will be using the multiple library files, and first I will try to analyze it with a single netlist, single Verilog file, and then we'll move on to the other two Verilog files. Okay, this is what, and then also I had mentioned earlier that I have to save them into the particular folders. That also will be just starting. Okay, and this is the beginner level tickle script which I am writing, so it will keep on changing. Okay, and if you obviously you all might have better ideas about how to implement it, so you can use it that way. Okay, so now let's start with it. So first thing is I wanted my timing libraries to be assigned to a variable, and in case of tickle we use the set command to assign a value to a variable. So let's do that. Now let me first show the timing libraries. Now these are the timing libraries which are available in Skywater 130 PDK. I have copied them into a separate folder, timing_libs folder. Okay, these are the different timing libraries which I'll be using for analysis. Now I have to be able to access these timing libraries which are present in inside this folder, and just note this, that the timing_libs.folder is inside the resources folder. Okay, and I have to exclude these two during while accessing this, of course. Okay, so let's do that. Now as I said, we use the set command to assign value to a variable, and let that variable name be lib_directory, and now let us assign those timing libraries to this variable. Okay, now for that we first have to know that in tickle we write the commands within the square bracket. Okay, and we can write multiple commands in a single line separated by the square bracket. Okay, now what I want to access the timing libraries. For that there must be a way where I'll be able to match the pattern, the timing libraries name which is available in the folder. Okay, for that I will be using the glop command, and more details you can easily find in the tickle documentation. Okay, so here glop command, what it does, it returns the value according to the pattern which we are matching. Okay, in this case what it is the .lib files which we will be matching. Now in order to be able to actually match those .lib files, we have to be able to reach to that folder. Now as I had already shown you all that the timing libs folder is inside the resources folder. However, now where are we? We are inside the scripts folder. So we have to move out from the scripts tickle file, and then reach from the resource folder we have to go into the timing libraries, and there we have to access only the .libs file. Okay, so let's do that. So now I'm moving out from the scripts folder, then I'm moving out from the tickle folder, I'm moving out from the risk5 folder. Now I'm inside the resources folder. From there I will go to the timing_libs folder, and here I want to access only the .libs file, excluding those two folders. For that, what I have to do, I have to simply use the wildcard character which is known as star, and more information you can see look for it in the tickle documentation. Okay, star is a wildcard character, and for this I want only the .libs file. Okay, now okay, the star can be anything, as we have seen that obviously the name of the what they call it, the name of the timing libs is different. The common thing is the .lib. Okay, so now I have finished assigning the timing libraries to this variable. Now next, if I want to see whether my whether the proper timing libraries has been assigned to the variable or not, what we have to, I will print it to see whether the variable has been assigned, I mean the timing libraries has been assigned to lib underscore directory or not. And now in case of tickle, or what we do now, in order, if we want to access the variable, the particular variable, after assigning it, we have to use dollar symbol before the variable name in order to access it. Okay, so now let's do that. So I will be printing the lib underscore directory variable. For that I'll be using the printing command of tickle, which is the puts command. Okay, and puts, we'll be discussing more about this later. Okay, so puts, and what do I want? I want to see only the libs underscore directory, whether it has been assigned or not, the timing libraries or not. So I said I'll prefix it with dollar and then lib underscore directory. Okay, this is done. Now let me save this. Now to save, in case of Vim, we have to move out from the editable or writable mode. For that you just press escape. Now we are not in the editable mode, and then we simply save it by :WQ exclamation mark. Now our program is saved. Okay, now let me open another terminal in the different tab. So let's do it, Control Shift T. Okay, now this program I'm writing for the static timing analysis. So in order to execute this, I'll be using the open STA static timing analysis command, which is nothing but STA and the input file, which is the tickle file which we had just created. What was the name? It is program 1 tap, then entire name comes, and enter. So now, as we have seen here, whatever value is that in the variable, that is printed in our screen. Okay, so this is done. So next, Control C. So next, in order to run the static timing analysis, I have to do looping. Obviously I have to loop it within the timing libraries, and then run the commands for STA analysis of one library, then move on to the next, and so on and so forth. So I am using 15 timing libraries which are available in Skywater 130. Now, so there will be 15 reports total. For each library there will be a single report, and in my case I will be extracting the min-max report, which is nothing but the whole report and the slack report, I mean setup slack report, whole slack and setup slack report, and then the WNS, which is the worst negative slack, and the TNS, which is the total negative slack at present. And in case if you are interested to check more reports, you can go into the documentation of OpenSTA, which is present inside the GitHub link of inside the GitHub of OpenSTA. There you will see in the doc folder there will be a PDF which describes about the different commands or different checks which you want to do. And for me, I'm doing only these 3 checks, and for the others, please check in the documentation file. I have the documentation file, so let me just show you once.